Hi, this is Nirali and you are watching me on Zoom Digital. Please help me in welcoming my supremely talented guests for today, Maverick filmmaker S.S. Rajamouli sir, Tarak sir and Ramcharan sir for RRR.
Hi.
Thank you. Hi.
Thank
It's
you.
a pleasure to have you sir today and I feel honored to share the same frame as you three.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to start with saying that, I don't want to talk about the delays that happened with the film. I want to say there are only a few days left for the film's release. What's your current state of mind? Is there excitement, nervousness? What's currently going on in your mind?
For me, my nervousness starts once my job is completely done. I still have some 1% of job to do, and also we have the promotions job. So nervousness still didn't come in yet.
For you, sir, what's currently your state of mind?
We are more excited because we've been on this for 3 years now. Just can't wait for the movie to get out into the theaters and can't wait for people to watch this magnum opus phenomenon he created.
Absolutely. And what about you, sir?
Obviously, I second all of them.
But,
Equally.
but ever since the trailer has released, fans are going gaga. Their reaction is phenomenal. What's the craziest fan incident that you three have come across?
I have a habit of releasing the trailer in the theater. I love that. Even before it goes on to social media, I like to release in the theater. And obviously the fans will throng the theaters. It's obvious for us. I don't know whether it's obvious for you.
It's obvious.
We released it in 350 screens, only the trailer. And people, their fans, they came in processions with lots of drums and dhols, dancing to see the trailer, not the film, and they throng the theaters and they upload those videos. In one of the video, it is a 3-minute 7-second trailer, I couldn't hear one word from my trailer. All I can hear is the screamings, the shoutings and yellings. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it was the same for us too. When it released into theaters, that was like a teaser for us also, or for everybody, saying what will happen when the movie truly hits the theaters on the 7th of Jan.
It's going to be a festival.
It is.
Absolutely.
Trust me, they won't be disappointed.
And that's true. We can always expect a blockbuster from all three of you. But what I want to ask you is to both of you. Many actors have a dream to work with Rajamouli sir. Both of you had the fortunate chance to work with him. How was it to work with sir, and how is it to be like on a Rajamouli set?
Fortunate enough for him twice, and for me 4th time, right? But I think I will take it the other way around. I think he was fortunate enough to get us.
That's true. Because, for me, the characters that I have written, Ram and Bheem, there are certain characteristics that only they can play. For me, Charan is like, he holds everything in himself, and he doesn't show them out. He has the capacity to hold a lot of things inside and present a calm face. And Tarak is like a live wire. He won't hold anything. He will throw everything at you. And that is the kind of characters that I wanted in Ram and Bheem. And I wanted them to be very close friends, and they are very close friends in their real life. So it was like everything fit into me, fit into my story. So there is no other choice for me. I have to do it with him. So I agree with him. I'm fortunate to get these students.
And we are fortunate that we have somebody who can portray this. Someone like him, someone like only him, I think.
We have a headmaster who does our homework.
It's the other way around. This is the first time we are working together, but you both have been friends. They say that in Bollywood there's Jai Viru. How would you guys describe your friendship?
In Bollywood, they say?
There is a term called Jai Viru for friends.
Yeah, that's from
Jai
Sholay.
Viru.
That's from
Acha,
Sholay.
yeah.
How would you
तो
guys...
Jai Viru.
Jai Viru.
Jai Viru, yeah.
Jai Viru of South.
Yeah. And he's Salim Javed ji.
But sir,
Don't
when...
make me Thakur and lose my hand.
But sir, when you first offered RRR to both of them, what was the instant reaction?
As a project, they were very, very excited. I mean, it's a kind of drama. I like to make everything dramatic. So I didn't even tell them that I have something in mind for them. I invited them to my house without telling them each other. So they were shocked to see each other. Why is this guy? What is this guy doing? I mean, they are friends, but seeing them in my house when I called them personally, they didn't understand, and they said, "I have a plan for both of you." And yes, of course, is their first word that came out of their mouth is, "Yes, of course, we are excited. What is it about? What is it about? I'll tell you a little bit later." And this thing.
But this is what it is on papers.
Yeah. But the challenge is to keep them hooked for two years. At the time, I thought it would take 1.5 to 2 years. So I remember telling them about their characters. I really had to hook them with the characters. They were super excited. I told them one by one. Super excited.
And when Sir narrated the script to you, what did you guys find interesting about this subject?
The whole thought of RRR, he's said it many a times. It's two real heroes of the freedom versus the fiction he's created around them. That for me is the most novel thought anybody could have, and that thought itself was very exciting. More than our characters or scenes or whatever we did for the movie, it was that thought which always was driving us forward, and that for me was the most exciting part of RRR.
And what about you, sir?
When I heard, the best part is taking and setting up the premise in the British imperial time, and the story has nothing to do again with the independence movement and everything. It's the drama between these two characters that was so fresh and interesting for me, and also for the audience. And it's not about the independence and how we fought against the British, but it's the beautiful drama, the friendship, the ups and downs. They both go on in the story. That was very, very new.
But for you as actors, what are the most challenging scenes that you had to pull off in the film?
Every scene.
Every scene. Every scene.
Every episode.
I mean, we're not exaggerating, but
Yeah,
I'm
but
sure
if you
you're
had
gonna.
to-
I'm sure you're gonna watch it on the 7th.
Obviously.
Every aspect of RRR really needed a lot from us, demanded a lot from us as actors, as dancers, as fighters. We had to give our 100%, and I wouldn't say that it was one scene or one dance number. No, because what he's done with this film is everything. Like even a dance is
They're not gonna
choreographed with a
dissolve.
lot of emotion in it. So you'll watch it and then you'll understand.
But sir, what was challenging for you?
Me, I think the shoot, in fact, yes, it was challenging. Especially I had 3 characters, and just to play all those 3 characters and waiting for those looks to come. And he never believes in wigs and patches. So we had to wait for many months for all these looks to grow into the characters he's looking. And more than that, behind the shoot, behind the screen, all those days we have to hold ourselves together. During the pandemic, that was the most challenging part for me. Shooting was a pleasure to be on a sets and work, but the 2.5 years of sitting at home and not able to, be there on the set, that was the challenging part.
But also were you guys required to undergo certain physical training
That's
for your
there.
characters?
Every hero of his is the fittest person in the Indian cinema. So that he demands, that goes without saying.
Now they are so used to it. They do it for so many films. Like physical transformation is normal for them.
But were there any injuries that occurred on the sets while
Absolutely.
performing?
Absolutely not.
action
He
scenes?
injured himself, his shoulder and his
While working
hand.
out or?
While working on the
while-
film?
No,
on the
working
sets.
out we never had any injuries.
No,
Absolutely
while
not.
working on the sets we had.
Had-
Yeah, while working on the sets, yes,
yeah.
we did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
because
also, yeah, sir. Continue.
no, I mean, like as I said, it happens when you're being a part of such a big film.
Yeah, but the funny thing is, the injuries didn't happen in the hardest of the action
Yeah,
sequences.
absolutely. Yeah.
They happened in the simplest of scenes.
Can you give out a spoiler?
Spoiler? No, it's just there is nothing serious there. I mean, see, for his introduction sequence, no one would believe that no one got hurt if you see the sequence, because I put him in a huddle of 2,000 people. 2,000 people scrambling, shouting, yelling, jostling, moving around, punching, everything. You know, and there was a dust. Once I say action, except for the camera, the person standing on the ground couldn't even see him. No, it was mad. It was mad, and there's not even
a
a single
scratch.
scratch. No, for 16 or 17 days we shot that in heat, hot sun, and all that. No one got a scratch.
but I tore my ligament
Ligament.
while talking to him, and I was walking back
Yeah.
during
He
the
was-
scene when Tarak and me were shooting Tarak's song. I was just talking to him, and I just fell, and it became a 3 months delay for me because I had a ligament tear. So
And he wasn't even talking.
no,
He was discussing about the scene.
He was discussing
I was looking
about
at
the
him.
and
And
suddenly,
then all of a sudden he was going there and it went down like that. I was like,
I understood, where is he?
he's down there.
So I think in the
he-
simplest
yeah.
days of our shoot, by mistake, it's just an accident. But
And with him, again in his introduction sequence, he was building up his body, like you were saying, for 5-6 months. Until then, he was on a very low diet and extremely tired. Usually for the body sequences, they don't put heavy action sequences because they have to show the body. And I made him run in Bulgarian jungles without any footwear. In the jungle, he had to run, and he was running like anything.
temperatures.
Yeah. And the interesting thing was, before the actor runs, we test that with a fighter, with a professional fighter, and the guy with the camera also has to run along with him. So that was a parkour, experienced parkour artist, the guys who jump over the buildings and all that stuff. So he was running with the camera. He tested with the fighter and said, "Oh, if I can run with the fighter, then actors don't run as fast as the fighters, right?" So then this guy comes, "So shall we go for one trial run?" Yes, I said, "Action." And the guy was about to start, and this guy Tarak was zoom. He went away and he said, "Okay, I need get my shoes, get my special shoes. I need to brace up. I have to run faster." And in all of that sequence, it is very heavy duty sequence. He didn't have any injury. Then in one sequence where we had we had a proper mattress on the floor. It was just a simple roll with the fighter, very simple. He could do it with his eyes closed in his sleep. Okay, such a simple movement, but he sprained his wrist and was on it for 1 month of shooting was gone.
But I think all the hard work is going to pay off on the 7th of January. Yes. So, but also, so in the trailer, there's a scene where Alia Bhatt gets kicked. How difficult was it for you to shoot that scene and for her to enact that?
They are professional actors. They know how to do those. Conceiving that is difficult. How to make the audience feel for her. How do you do that? That is the difficult portion. Once we do it, she's such a professional actor. She knows when to receive the blow, when to jump back, when to fall down, how slow to fall down, how to take a gasp of breath, how to show the face to the camera. She's a professional. She can do it like that.
But what were the qualities of Alia that you found suitable for her for the role of Sita in RRR?
I saw Razi. I was extremely impressed with her. The moment I look at Alia, she seems so soft, so fragile. She looks like a glass doll. You feel like you have to protect her. But you take few steps with her, you'll understand she has the strength to protect you. inwards she's very strong. So I have two superpowers in my film, fire and water. And there should be a very simple, normal, soft girl, but who has the inner power, to control them or to bring them together. That is what I wanted in Sita. She's a perfect fit for my Sita, and we had her.
And so, how was your experience working with Ajay Devgan sir? How did you guys break the ice on the sets?
We were not fortunate to be in the same frame, but
No, we didn't share screen
yeah.
space with him in the movie, but
Just to
we had
be-
an opportunity to meet him, and he was a darling. I mean, like,
he was
very
everything
warm.
we imagined.
Yeah, he was warm and sweet and intense. So it was truly a darling. I mean, an actor of his stature, he broke the ice, and the way he welcomed us,
Yeah.
truly magnanimous.
But also, I can't end the interview without mentioning the Nattu Nattu song that has become a chart buster number, and it is going viral on social media. I want to know what are your fond memories or some BTS scenes or shots or memories that you would like to share.
Of Nacho Nacho?
Yeah, Nattu Nattu.
वो क्या बोलूं यार, that's a
Like,
big,
He's a fantastic dancer, and I'm also pretty good.
and so is he. What do you
And-
mean pretty good?
Yeah. And just that he has a style of his own, and I have my style of his own.
But we have to
And-
dance for his
yeah,
style now.
But that was the most difficult part, and we were dancing to his style.
But he's not a great dancer. So we were dancing
Make
to
the
his.
audience dance to my tunes.
Oh, that's super.
Well said.
Well said. That was on point.
So that was a very beautiful experience altogether, and I'm sure that, I don't know, it was his vision, and today, why wouldn't it become viral? It's he said it would, and we believed it, and it happened.
I love his dancing ever since his first film, and just to share that screen again with him, that opportunity given by director for these two characters to have a dance number, that was very exciting for me, and I enjoyed working, especially on a dance number with him.
Okay. The energy was like at an all-time high, and people are dancing to the tunes of Nacho Nacho, Say Nattu Nattu.
And there was only 2 steps which he showcased. There are more to come. There are more to come when you watch the film.
Yeah,
For me,
absolutely.
so once it was released and once it started becoming viral, obviously we will be happy. And my social media managers, the film social media managers came and said, it is going super viral, and we were happy. And they also said, some people got hooked to the step and hooked to the song. People who are not even related to the films, or not Indians at all, who there, and many Indians also, they don't know the song is from the film. They got hooked to the step. I said, hello, stop. They have to know it is the song is from our film. They have to know Nacho Nacho is from RRR. Thanks that you asked the question.
Yeah, because that is something that I couldn't have mentioned. I mean, I should have mentioned, and I
Thank you.
did. Yeah. But also, sir, if you had to make RRR in Bollywood with Bollywood actors, who would you cast for their roles?
No one. See, once I start writing, once the characters start shaping up itself, we'll start getting the actors into the mind. So in this case, I already have them in my mind, and as I start developing it, they become more solidified in my mind. Now I cannot make RRR with any other actor, because they are so embedded in my mind, in my heart. Ram and Bheem can be no one else except Ram Charan and NTR. No one else.
That's true. So, how do you see that both of them have evolved over the years as actors?
As actors, I would say they matured a lot. The talent was there right from the first film. I mean, his second film. Yeah, both their second films are with me.
Yeah.
His second film,
That's a
Mandira, is with me.
coincidence,
His
yeah.
second film, Student Number One, is with me. From that time, they have matured a lot. They gained experience, a lot of experience. Initially, Tarak wouldn't look into the script. He's just energetic, so much of energy, and he was like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to? Kind of that kind of
Energy.
person. Over the period of years, he calmed down a bit, a bit.
A bit.
Very, very little. His naughtiness, his mischievousness, mischief in the set remains the
She
same.
didn't ask all that. She's talking about the
Okay. and-
growth of acting. How do we grow as actors?
I'll come to that in the next question. The mischievous side of Sir.
but now he has become more matured. He looks at his character. He looks at the story. He understands what he has to do for the story, how much he has to do for the story. So before he comes to the shot itself, he prepares himself and he gives me what I need. Charan, in his initial days, again was like Tarak. He had a lot of talent. But over the period of years, he converted himself into a white paper. He mastered the art of being a white paper. He comes with no expectations. He doesn't come with any preconceived notions. He just keeps himself white. He comes to you and says, take the pen, you write whatever you want on me. Now he mastered that art. And it is two completely different set of actors. There is no resemblances when it comes to their approach to acting, and are really working with them both.
That's great, that's great. But sir, since you both have been friends, can you reveal what's the mischievous side to Sir?
Everything about him is mischief. No, I'm just holding. He is a mischief guy. But yeah, for that I'll keep it to my private.
But thank you so much, sir.
you so
It was a
much, ma'am.
pleasure
Thank
and
you.
honor to interact with all
Pleasure
three of
talking
you,
to
and I wish you all the luck for RRR.
Thank you so much.
And it's
Thank
my
you.
promise that I'm going to watch the film on the first show in the theaters.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Niraj.
Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you
so
very
much.
much. Thank you.